Hello everybody, my name is Eric Wood, and today we are going to talk about Welcome to Marwen.
That's kind of violent.
This is by far the strangest movie I've seen in a very long time, and it's not Dove approved, and I wouldn't recommend taking children to go see it, but I would still nonetheless recommend you go see this movie. Basically, the story is there's this guy who's an incredibly talented artist, and he happens to have a quirk in that he likes wearing women's shoes. And as a result of this quirk, he is beat up from an inch of his life by these neo-Nazis who are just evil incarnate. Now, this messes up his brain in a pretty significant way. He copes with this as an artist because he can't draw anymore by creating a model town in which he is at the center of this society, and he's kind of an idealized version of himself. Someone who's confident and masculine and just happens to like wearing women's shoes, and he is surrounded by these women, the ladies of Marwen, and they're all dolls. They're all constructions of his imagination. And he has to deal with... There's so much happening in this movie. It's just breathtaking how much is covered step by step. It's dealing with trauma, it's dealing with mental health, it deals with pornography, it deals with addiction, it deals with masculinity and femininity, it deals with like your relationship with your masculine identity and your relationship with your feminine identity. It's an incredibly complicated, bizarre movie, and it doesn't give you any answers. It doesn't give you any value judgments. It doesn't give you any validation. It doesn't even really have a particular worldview it's advocating for. And it touches on so much that you need to go into this movie expecting it to be the beginning of a conversation for you personally. You're not going to leave this movie feeling like you figured things out. You're going to leave this movie feeling more confused about every single one of these issues than you went into the movie, but that's a little bit of the point. It is a messy, complicated, flawed movie, but it asks such provocative questions that the director clearly has no idea how to answer, and therefore invites you to engage in the conversation with him. Doesn't really know what it's trying to say, but it's reaching in the dark for meaning, and it gets close to something beautiful. So this is not a clean-cut movie. It's not a clean movie. I would not take any child to this movie ever, but if you want to think seriously about mental health, addiction, pornography, the relationship between the masculine and the feminine, this is a good movie for you to go to try and work through those problems and work through those questions. It's so bizarre and it's so complicated, and it is so worth the viewing. Highly recommend it.